One of the things that we see when we first meet with business owners is they just don't have any granularity in their financial statements. What they have is high level, they know what their revenue is, they know what their costs are, what their gross margin is. But this video is all about why granularity matters in your profit and loss statement. Your P&L can be completely accurate and still hide a problem. That sounds strange, but it happens all the time. The issue isn't necessarily the accounting, it's the level of detail that you're looking at. So let me show you what I mean. Imagine that this business has two lines of business, okay? But here, we're looking at those two lines of business combined. Okay? Revenue is growing, revenue is coming in, gross margin moved a little, nothing here is screaming for attention, okay? We start with a gross margin around, 32.5, 32 and a half, kind of creeps up a little bit. Would anything concern you here? Probably not. Okay, but when we look at this same business just a little bit differently with some granularity, it paints an entirely different picture. Okay, something definitely jumps out. Okay, we've got product line one. Its revenues actually are growing, okay, but so are its costs. Product line two, let's say they have a recurring revenue stream, direct billing to, to clients every day, every week, whatever the case may be. Revenues are steady. Costs are actually going down. And that could be a result of, just efficiencies or inefficiencies early on in January. The team came together and, they're getting that product or service through the creation process, the sales creation process, much more efficiently. Okay, so one line of business is performing well and its margin is holding strong, but the other one, this is a problem. Okay, and we couldn't see that when everything was blended together. One healthy part of the business was effectively masking the deterioration in the other. Okay, and that's why granularity matters. Your financial statements aren't just there to tell you whether you made money. They're supposed to help you answer where are we making money? Where are we losing margin? And most importantly, where does management need to pay attention? Okay, that's what it's all about. If everything gets rolled in one revenue number and one cost of sales number, you may never get those answers. Once we've identified the problem, now we can start asking better questions. Okay, did pricing change? Did disposal fees increase? Are labor hours creeping up? Are certain jobs or customers or routes less profitable? Now we're getting somewhere with those types of questions. Because instead of saying gross margin is up or down just a little bit, we can say, okay, this line of business has a margin problem, and let's figure out why. That's an entirely different management conversation. This is one of those differences between accounting and financial management. Accounting tells us what happened. Good to know that, right? But good financial management gives us enough granularity to understand where it happened, why it happened, and what we should do next. So your P&L may be accurate, but if your numbers are too aggregated together to help you make a decision, they're not giving you the clarity that you need. Know your numbers, know your next move.